a big 42-24 Sunday Night Football win over the Houston Texans. And let me just say how impressed I am with this performance. Not only did we knock off one of the two undefeated teams in the NFL, but we destroyed them. We made their defense that had been looking really good, we made them look puny. Our offense, which had been lacking a bit without Greg Jennings at receiver and without Cedric Benson and all these important guys, we came out and we just shredded them. It was amazing seeing that happen. Then on the defensive side of the ball, we did a great job getting interceptions on Matt Schaub, stopping Arian Foster from having another one of his breakout spectacular games that he usually has. We did a good job of shutting that team down, and they're a dangerous team because of how good they are, not only in rushing but in passing. They've got that two-dimensional attack, and I think they do it better than pretty much anybody. So for us to be able to shut them down with the way that we've been playing, it says a lot about our team. Aaron Rodgers, he answered the bell. He did exactly what I wanted him to do. He got upset with that loss to the Colts. He got fired up. Goes into Houston, 6 touchdown passes. That's just amazing. My favorite player, Brett Favre, he only got 6 touchdown passes once in his career, and Rodgers just did it in his 4th or 5th year starter. So really impressive. Great job to Aaron Rodgers. Great job to the Green Bay Packers. We're at 3-3 now. The Vikings lost, so that puts us a game behind second place, game and a half behind first place, the Chicago Bears. We got to go to St. Louis next week, or this Sunday, I guess. 3rd straight road game in a row. The Rams are another team that's pretty inconsistent. One week they're winning, the next week they're losing, and it doesn't really matter who the opponents are, just if they're hot or cold. They've taken down the Seahawks, I believe. They've taken down the Cardinals. I may be wrong there. I know they've taken down at least one of those two. But the Rams, you never know what you're going to get out of the Rams. They're just like a box of chocolates. But Green Bay, I think Green Bay can go in there and win by 10 to 14 points. I'm pretty confident in our abilities. If we can play like we did on Sunday night, then we should be able to take care of St. Louis easily. When we're at our best, we're unstoppable. And the Rams, if the Rams have to go up against that, they're going to be in some trouble. College football action now. The Butler Bulldogs went to Poughkeepsie, New York to take on the Marist Red Foxes. Marist has some of the foxiest chicks in all of college sports, so it's always a pleasure to go to their stadium or arena or wherever and see them in the crowd. But nevertheless, Butler Bulldogs hang on to win this game. The score was 17-14. Our quarterback, Matt Lancaster threw for 241 yards and a touchdown. And our running back, Trey Heater, had 112 yards. Leading receiver, Brendan Shannon, had 106 yards. Marist tried to have a comeback there at the end of the game, but we held them. Butler is doing great right now. We improved to 5-2 on the season, 4-0 in the Pioneer Football League. And we've got a game coming up home this Saturday against Morehead State. It's homecoming for Butler, and it'll be at the Butler Bowl at 6 p.m. But 5-2, 4-0 in the conference, it's looking really good for us right now. We've won 4 straight games, and we are making a statement that we are BCS championship worthy, that we can beat anybody that you put in front of us. I mean, we're taking out powerhouse schools here like Marist and Valparaiso and Dayton. All these are some of the toughest schools that you can encounter on a college football schedule. And Butler is having them all in a row, and they're just running right over them. So that just goes to show that we are ready for the national spotlight. We are ready for the national championship. And it's a little disappointing the BCS rankings didn't have us on there, but by the end of the season, we will be on there. So, and I was just thinking, we probably aren't even on there because of a technicality. They probably the computers skipped over us somehow or something like that. I'm sure there was an error that took place somewhere. So I'm sure that we'll be playing for a national championship at the end of the season. My Class 4A #1 Columbus East Olympians traveled to Bedford, Indiana on Friday night to take on the Bedford North Lawrence Stars. And Bedford is, in a way, they're kind of like one of they're kind of like our biggest conference rival, because other than us, Bedford is usually at the top. And even though we've won the last 9 conference championships, one year we won it co-championship with BNL, but Bedford North Lawrence is always a tough team for us. They you know, even though they're having a rough year this year, and some years past they have, but they're our final game of the season. They always come trying to beat us. They're a really talented team. I have a lot of respect for them. They're a great 5A school. But we went in there to play them the other night, and we only won the game 35-31. Their running attack was shredding our defense, and that's the Achilles heel of our defense this year, is stopping the run. For whatever reason, we just have a hard time against those good running backs. Columbus North gave us fits in game 2. Bedford North Lawrence gave us fits on Friday night. So we finished the regular season 9-0. I mean, we overcame all of that. We're undefeated. We're ranked #1 in the state still. And tournament play starts this coming Friday night, and we've got to start it off in a really tough game against the East Central Trojans. They are 7-2 on the season, and I believe they are ranked #7 in Class 4A here in Indiana. I'm going to check here real quick. It looks like East Central is ranked number 6 in the state. So we've got our work cut out for us. I'll explain why I think the state tournament system here in Indiana is really stupid. So I'll explain why we're playing a ranked team like that in the first round in another video. But anyway, big game Friday night. Hopefully we can keep our season going. I hate to end it in just 1 week, so we'll have to just see what happens and hope for the best. Well, I finally got another win on the season here in fantasy football. I won this one 79-62, played Team Harbaugh. He only had one player going to double digits in scoring, that was Christian Ponder with 19, while I had 4. Matt Hasselback got me 13, Eric Decker got me 15, Wes Welker got me 19, and Steven Goskowski got me 11. So I improved to 2-4 on the season, and this is where it's going to get tricky because I've got another non-divisional opponent coming up, and he is 5-0-1. So 5 wins, 0 losses, and 1 tie. It is the Snakes, I think is what his team name is called, and he's undefeated, just 1 tie. So he's the only one undefeated, and I'm hoping to pull off a huge David and Goliath type upset, and hopefully I can get this done. But it's probably not looking good. I was looking at the projections, and it's saying I'm going to get destroyed. Good news is at 2-4, I'm only 1 game out of the wild card spot, which is 3-3 at the moment. The league's got a lot of parity here. Not really anybody breaking out or being farther back than anybody else, so it's pretty dead in the center, which is good news for me. But big game coming up, but a big win this weekend.